These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go! You're set. You're 18. Check 55 to Mike. Go, go, go. And a go.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Second and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. And let's go.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's third down now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Check back, check back. Hey, 24. Echo. 24.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the run, watch the run. First stick. Check right. Watch it, 5. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go. Mike 55, Mike 55. 24.
From the gun, here's Watson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Titan football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen, he's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Titans. 46 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Joey Bosa in on the stop. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And his kick is indeed good. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
Check 24. Check 55 to Mike. He's 59. 54 to Arnold. I'm coming.
A shotgun snap for Watson. The catch made by Hopkins. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be, what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
50's the mark. 50's the mark.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Get him, get him. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Let's go.
Watson now to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on 1st down. Michelle, and he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing,
and he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
55. Hey, keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
From the 24, Watson, he gets it to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
He finds his target. It's Evans. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Hey, eat. Here we go. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Right here. Mike, 55. Mike, 59. 55. It's coming this way. Here we go.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson going deep for Hunt. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Check the out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that'll bring up second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
45.
They're going to look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie, I got you. Be careful.
Looking to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the screen. Alert. 55, Mike 55. Zoom.
Here's Watson, operating from the gun. He's got Evans. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 30, 20. Touchdown, Houston. He goes 105 yards on the kick return as his guys are back within a single score.
4 point after. 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 4 point after.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. On the ground is Michel, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got Smith here.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Watson. And this is caught by Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harold Landry, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Say it.
Third and long. It's Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. The Texans send the punter out. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10.
15-1.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Here's 2nd and 8, and he fends him off. Flushed out right. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 50.
Topper!
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it.
And he's going to go down. back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kiki QT. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd down, Michel. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
60 outlaw. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Now back to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Henry running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready. 8, read. He don't know no better.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
Yeah, but it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.